It was a typical afternoon at my lakeside property, the sun casting a golden glow over the calm waters, when the unsettling sound of gravel crunching under tires broke the peace. I was on my dock, preparing to enjoy a quiet day when I saw her, Karen, the notorious HOA member, speeding down the path towards the lake. She'd been a thorn in my side for months, making unnecessary complaints about everything from the color of my fence to the way I kept my lawn. But this time, she was crossing the line, trespassing onto my dock. I had a good idea of what she was up to. She had always been a bully, using her HOA position to push people around. But today, she had a different agenda. As she approached, I called out, warning her that she wasn't allowed on my property. But Karen, always defiant, ignored me and proceeded to walk along the dock, muttering about how she was going to report me for some absurd violation. What happened next, however, was something neither of us could have predicted. Karen's car, parked at the edge of the dock, was in gear. I watched in disbelief as it slowly began rolling toward the water, almost as if it had a mind of its own. For a moment it was too slow for her to notice, but then the panic in her eyes became clear. She screamed, running toward the vehicle, but it was already too late. With a screech of tires and a horrified gasp, her car slid into the lake with a mighty splash. In an instant, Karen went from angry trespasser to a panicked mess, her once confident demeanor replaced with sheer terror. She flailed, trying to reach her car, but it was quickly sinking, water swallowing it whole. I couldn't help but stand there, watching her desperation. It was hard to feel bad for someone who had caused so much trouble, but there was no denying the irony of the situation. The woman who had tried to make my life miserable was now the one in distress, helpless as her own actions backfired. It didn't take long for the authorities to arrive, but by then, Karen had already made a scene, blaming the faulty dock instead of accepting responsibility. As the tow truck pulled her car from the lake, I couldn't help but think that sometimes, life has a funny way of giving people a taste of their own medicine.